paints a vision that feels like it's already unfolding. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, civil war, race riots, nation against nation, brother against brother. There shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. The people will no longer listen to their governments. They'll ignore their kings and presidents. Their actions will speak louder than any law. The streets will burn. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. Roadblocks, lockdowns, quarantine zones, martial law. For because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. This isn't just war. This is judgment. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with...
Luke chapter
2 Esdras 15.
Luke chapter 21 verse 12, matter of fact verse 7, and it says, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? Giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Harkakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that do well, and salutation to the elect around the Atazah, Shalom, 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 to the Yakim, Shalom. Signs of the times, right? And we can see these signs happening this day and this age. We can see it happening right now, right? Going back down into the scripture will speak for itself. Verse 8. A matter of fact, I'll start off from verse 7. This is what I was asking Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ. I was asking him this. It says, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be, and what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? How we will know the end times is coming, how we will know we're closer to the end. Verse 8, and it says, and he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, I am Christ, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotion, be not terrified. For these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. A lot of people go and come and profess to say that they are Yahushai. They is Hamashiach the Christ. But we know that it is a lie. A lot of, especially these bugged out jakes, calling themselves Hamashiach, calling themselves Christ. But we know they have their judgment for that. But the Lord let us, Yahushua let us know. Verse 10, what it says here. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdoms. Right, going back into wars and rumors of wars. Right, we already heard the rumors of wars, and now we have wars happening right now. We know what the scripture said that the third war, going back into the Third World War, it is coming. Right? What Trump say? What Trump was telling the president of Ukraine, right? Hey, you are gambling with World War III. And I quote, you are gambling with World War III. Right? We know that third war, it will come. It will come, and it must come to pass, as the scriptures say. Nations rising up against nations. What you're going on with all these allied nations, with the NATO, with the BRICS, right? They making their allies, they making their councils, right? To do what? With all gone come down to the valley of Josaphat. Yehoshaphat. Right? It all goes down to that. Every single thing trickling down, and that is exactly where you're going to come to. When all these nations got up to self. Verse 11, it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. I believe I still have the video here, but I ain't gonna look for it now. Right, I'm now thinking about it. About the earthquakes in Saudi Arabia. How we're seeing these big buildings shaking from left to right. Right? A lot of earthquakes happening. It's say earthquakes in diverse places, meaning different places all over the world. It says, and famines and pestilence. The party now start. It now start. It have a lot of prophecies to come to pass still. Right now, as we will say, Jake's still in the glee right now. People still in the glee right now, they're still happy. But the time is going to come, as we families, as we parents will say, after joy is sorrow. Right? So you only know glee right now, you only know joy. If you are not studying the word of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, then you are going to be sorrowing, you are going to be crying. It says, and pestilence and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Look at how many chariot sightings there was last year. They broke the record for the most UFO sightings, so-called UFO sightings in the world, around the world. A lot of UFO sightings, which is basically chariots of the Lord, which we know. We know as the chariots of the Lord, but a lot of these people around the world, they don't know. Verse 12, it says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up. Delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Right? We know what the God demonizers. They already started to demonize the Hebrew Israelites. Well, no, some of them making it bad for the ones who really preaching the truth and the word of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, with like these bug out camps and these Israelite bug outs. But that is small thing. All that is prophecy. All that have to come to pass. These are the signs before the time. I'll bring out the Matthew 24. Right? All these things the Lord told us is going to happen and it must happen before He return. Right? Matthew 24 and 6. And it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, that ye be see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nations shall rise against nations, and kingdoms against kingdoms, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquake in diverse places. Right? These things must come to pass. All these things must come to pass before Yahweh shall return and destroy these wicked heathens and put them into subjection. Jacob's trouble ain't even reached yet. What you gonna do when that time come? Right now, we in the green right now. Right now, we should be harvesting and keeping our oil being like the 5 wise in Matthew 25. Because the time is going to come where you can't look for no oil again to put in a lamp. You're going to have to do with what you have. What you got, you're going to have to do that. So the best thing to do is to full until it run over and continue fulling. Continue fulling. So when that time comes, you'll be fully prepared, right, to withstand all the evils to come. Putting on the armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. because we know all these things will come to pass. All these things are signs before the end. What the scripture speak about in Jeremiah, right? We've seen it happening right now, right? These nations, all the nations, well, some of the nations, I can say all of them, all of his allies will, but some of his allies, Babylon allies, you can see turning against him right now, right? As it see the Obadiah speaking about, speaking about all the men of the Confederacy. Obadiah 1 and verse 7, and it says, all the men of thy confederacy had brought thee even to the border. Right? This is a prophecy that must come to pass. This is a big prophecy that must come to pass. Basically, fulfilling the destruction of Babylon. Right? Because remember, this whole scenario is like a chessboard, and Yahushua is the one who put in all the pieces into play. Yahushua is the one who put in everything into order. We just want to say the greatest strategist of all times. That is the Lord. He is the man who pulling all these strings. The one, I ain't gonna say man slacker for that, but he's the one who pulling all these strings. Verse 7 continuing, it says, the men that were at peace with thee had deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right? We Lord see he gonna catch you and he don't even know where it come from. Right? I believe that was Isaiah 50 something, 58 to 53, somewhere around there. We're going back into when he said lean down in thine enchantments. Right? The Lord is gonna catch Esau Edom with the pants down, as we just say. And he ain't gonna know where he ain't gonna know. Because as it say in the book of Jeremiah, all these nations they're just gazing up. Even in the book of Joel, where he speak about beating their plowshares into swords and they put the nooks into spears, right? All these nations just arming up right now. Right? And they getting ready for one thing, the destruction of Babylon, the destruction of the oppressor, right? That oppressing city. How is the oppressing city cease? Right? Right now the nation's mad, the nation's angry for Esau Edom and the wicked, unrighteous rulership. Right? Because he hadn't ruled the earth right. That is why when the time come, I don't think about that precept there, Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Let me see if I get that one before I read Jeremiah. Wisdom of Solomon. It's number about Kusha is, if it's not 13, I believe, or 11. But number about Kusha. If I get this precept here. Actually, it was verse 6, right? What's that? Still talking about that. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 6, that was from 1. It says, hear therefore, O ye kings, and learn, and so I can understand, learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth, give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations, for power is given you of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels. Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walk after the counsels of power. It says, horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. For mercy will soon pardon the means, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented. Right? These wicked heathens and them, even these jakes, especially these jakes, right, who want to follow Esau, either want to follow the slave master and follow after all the decrees and do every single thing they say to do at a point, right? Yahweh Hashem Shai is going to come and destroy you. He's going to catch you. He's going to send his angels to destroy you. Teeth of wild beasts, famine, pestilence, plagues. These are the things Lord going to send. Because why? These wicked jakes don't want to hearken unto his word, and these wicked heathens that's only killing us like is basically we sheep to the slaughter. Not ruling this place correctly. It's basically an unrighteous rulership. That's why the Lord set a trap. As the scripture says, the Lord set a trap, Babylon, and you will be caught in this trap. And this is one of the major signs that everybody, the whole world going to know. The whole world going to will witness the destruction of Babylon, aka America. Babylon the Great. The whole world will realize, as the scripture said, the whole earth will rock to and fro. So everybody gonna know when Babylon is being destroyed. Jeremiah 50 verse 9, it says, For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. The arrow shall be as a mighty expert man, right? None shall return in vain. Right? Not one of the arrows, when Yahushua sent it upon these wicked heathens, right? Not one of them will miss. The Lord sees he stir up the Medes against them, right? And you can see right now how Putin moving. Putin moving right now. Right? He moving with a lot of pride. He moving like, hey, and I believe also he believed in the prophecies, because for him to bring forth all these things and say, hey, it was prophesied in the Bible that Olegan be destroyed. Because that way see he moving with a great sense of pride. So we know that, hey, the end is near. No matter how much Trump can speak and say, hey, we this powerful and they want to flex the nuclear powers, that, hey, this one will be destroyed, or that one will be destroyed, whoever don't comply. Because I was watching some, it wasn't real, I was watching some edits where they was speaking about a country of Nigeria self. What would it make them? It wasn't really to make Trump, they basically AI to make Trump say that if Nigeria don't comply, they're gonna be bombarded. But hey, we know that, hey, this wicked heathen, he have this is the sense of pride he have for real. Because we know Esau Edom is the most proud. That's why you can see them moving so. But the time is going to come where the Lord will bring them down. Let's bring on this last piece up here. I'll close off with it. I'll bring on the Matthew 16. Right? Matthew 16 and verse... I'll start from verse 1. Say, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and attempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. Verse 2, and he answered and said unto them, when is it evening, ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather. Today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrite, ye can discern the face of the skies, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? Right? And these is the signs of the times that is happening right now. Right? These is the things that the Lord showed us back then, that this is going to happen. These are the signs of the times, the end times. Verse 4, O wicked and adulterous generation, seek after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto them but the sign of the prophet Jonas. Right? And we can see that sign of the prophet Jonas every single time you see brothers on the highways and byways preaching the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Lord, within this video is defined to the flock, giving all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, that will well, and salutation to the Akim, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, shalom.